All right, good afternoon, everybody. Thank you for coming to the Port St. Lucie Police Department. My name is Richard Del Toro, Chief of Police here at the City of Port St. Lucie. I wanted to provide everybody with an update to yesterday's homicide. Yesterday afternoon, the Port St. Lucie Police Department responded to the Savannas State Park regarding a shooting. Upon arrival, officers located the 911 caller that was still on scene, also a 25-year-old male that was deceased from a shooting that occurred there at that time. Initial information we received that the suspect said fled the scene in a vehicle. That vehicle was later, we believe, to be picked up on surveillance footage to be a silver Dodge Charger, which we've put a need to identify, attempt to locate out on that vehicle as well. The victim's family has enacted Marcy's Law, but he is 25 years of age, out of the Miami area. And the main thing I wanted to get across to the public right now is there is no immediate threat to the area. We believe this to be an isolated incident where the suspect and the victims knew each other. So I'm happy to answer any questions anybody has, but that's the initial information I have right now.
What's your best guess on how things transpired before the shooting happened? Like, they all came to the park in a car or met up, or?
They definitely, we believe they traveled there together, but what the circumstances were, why they were here, is not clear at this time. That's still under investigation, but we did determine them not to be from this area. So.
Chief, this is Joel with WPTV. You said the victim's relative was the one that called 911. Do you know if they tried to do CPR or anything like that for law enforcement?
It wasn't the victim's relative, it was a friend of the victim. So I want to clarify that. Sorry about that.
Do you know if they did CPR or anything?
Don't know that at this time.
What about the car? What do we know about the car so far, and any suspect information that you can provide with us?
So the vehicle that I saw on the bulletin looked to be like a silver Dodge Charger, tinted windows. So it was very hard to make out, who was in the vehicle, who was driving it. But the good news is, today with technology and everything that we have, we were able to get that lead and get that out. So if you have any information, please contact the Port St. Lucie Police Department, or you can remain anonymous by contacting Crime Stoppers.
Where was he shot?
I don't want to reveal that at this time because it's still under investigation. That's a key piece to our investigation right now.
Then do you also believe it was just them three there?
Unsure exactly how many were there, but we know it was more than just the caller and the victim. We believe there'd be possibly a couple suspects. So
that means they could have known each other then, right? Is that the
We definitely believe they knew each other, yes.
So, would it be fair to say that you believe at least 3 people arrived at the park in a vehicle and a shooting happened either inside the car or outside the car?
Yes, unclear where the shooting exactly happened, but the victim was found in the roadway with the caller there, and we believe more than one person fled the area in the vehicle.
And was it kind of like maybe halfway or quarter of the way inside the park, so it's kind of got that serpentine road that goes back to the river?
I'm not too familiar with the roadway exact location, but it was inside the park, out of sight from the US 1 area.
So if they all knew each other, then the friend would know, right?
We're working through that right now, yeah. So, but the main thing is just, like I said, I wanted to make sure everybody knew, we don't have somebody on the loose in the neighborhoods. We believe this to be an isolated, targeted incident with people that were from outside of this area.
So to your knowledge, do you believe that everybody was from kind of the Miami-Dade County, Broward, or Miami-Dade County?
We know the victim was from Miami. Where everyone else from, we're not sure right now. And I don't really want to get into that just because of the investigation and where it's going right now.
And the friend is also from Miami?
Don't know that at this time.
But the friend is cooperating with you?
He spoke to our investigators yesterday, correct.
Is he free to go about his business?
He was released yesterday. So
you're only looking for one suspect at this time, as of right now?
We're working on multiple suspects at this time, so we haven't narrowed that down just yet.
Are you working with law enforcement down in Miami to try to figure out who this may have been?
We have a vast network that we work with. We worked yesterday with ATF, St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. Drones, helicopters did an immediate search of the area. We're working with all of our local partners to make sure this case gets resolved in a successful manner. It's never about the credit. It's more about working together to make sure that we get justice in this case and we bring whoever the killer is, and get them apprehended.
Do you think the park is going to be open tomorrow, or to the public, or?
I believe it's open as of now. It's been released. The crime scene's been released.
Okay.
So, All right. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Thank you.